Drink versus drink experiment. First, we have our distilled water. We have 4 bowls of that, 3 for the rinse, and 1 for the actual testing. Then we have our Gatorade, Powerade, Shackley Performance, orange juice, Pedialyte, and cranberry juice. This is the multimeter we'll be using to test the conductance. Battery goes into the sensor, which gets dipped into the water. As you can see, it's an open circuit, and the electrolytes is what will be closing the circuit. First, I'll be testing distilled water. So to do that, I turn on the multimeter to 200 milliamps for this. I turn on the multimeter to the 200 milliamp setting, and that is a very sensitive setting that will detect the very low amounts of electrolytes in the distilled water. So then I stick the sensor into the distilled water completely submerged. And I get a reading of 7.7. Then there's no need to rinse like normal, because then I already have it. It's already with the distilled water, so there's no point to rinse it into the distilled water. And then I repeat this again. Get all the air bubbles out of it. This time it reads as 7.5. I'm recording all these measurements. And then I will do this one more time. Reads as 7.4. So now I will move on to one of the sports beverages, and we will do Gatorade first. I do the same thing, except for in between dips, I have to rinse it in the distilled water, so the electrolytes from the first dip don't mess with the reading from the second. It reads as 8.9. And I dip it in the distilled water, rinse 1, rinse 2, and rinse 3. Now the sensor's clean. And then I repeat. It reads as 8.5 again. I have to be sure to make my measurements fast, otherwise the electrolytes will start to corrode the copper wire. It reads as 8.5 again. Then I will average them all out. So the average of 8.5 3 times would be 8.5. And then to get the actual conductance, I will plug all these numbers into an equation. So I'm going to repeat these steps for all of the drinks.